In the dazzling realm of music, where fame and fortune beckon at every turn, Ed Sheeran found himself perched on the precipice of a glittering cliff, his dreams of recognition and success tantalizingly close. The ginger-haired troubadour had always admired the industry's power players, their influence casting long shadows across the landscape of popular culture. When whispers reached his ears that P Diddy, the legendary hip-hop mogul, could catapult him to stardom with minimal charges and commissions, it felt as though a golden ticket had miraculously fallen into his lap. Little did Ed know, however, that the journey he was about to embark upon would be unlike anything he had ever experienced, challenging his very perception of the music world he so desperately wanted to conquer. Excitement coursed through Ed's veins as he received an invitation to one of P Diddy's infamous parties. It was to be a star-studded affair, a gathering of the who's who in the music realm. Ed, with his trademark tousled hair and trusty acoustic guitar, arrived at the venue beaming with anticipation, ready to mingle with the elite and potentially forge connections that could elevate his career to new heights. As he stepped into the lavishly decorated room, however, Ed's smile quickly faded. The atmosphere was electric, but not in the way he had imagined. Groups of artists were laughing and sharing secrets, but there was an underlying tension that made his skin crawl. In a secluded corner, the new boys of the industry were engaging in activities that made Ed's stomach churn. It was a world he was unprepared for, a side of fame he had only read about in tabloid magazines. Before he could process what was happening, Ed found himself swept up in the festivities. One moment he was holding a drink, and the next, everything spiraled out of control. He didn't even realize how much he had consumed as the laughter and music blurred into an overwhelming haze. It was as though the room had spun on its axis, leaving him disoriented and vulnerable. When the night finally came to an end, Ed stumbled out, grappling with feelings of shame and confusion. The after-effects of the party haunted him, and he felt like a mere shadow of himself, as if someone had taken a piece of his soul. The weight of the night's events pressed heavily on his chest, leaving him restless and anxious. For 3 long days, sleep eluded him. Each time he closed his eyes, the memories replayed in his mind like a haunting melody he couldn't escape. In desperation, Ed turned to his friend Taylor Swift. He poured out his heart to her, recounting the night that had turned his life upside down. "I thought I was stepping into a dream, but it became a nightmare," he confessed. Taylor listened intently, her eyes filled with empathy. Yet, in her own way, she urged him to let go. "You can't change the past, Ed. Just move on and focus on your music," she advised, trying to uplift his spirits. Despite her words of comfort, Ed felt stuck in a limbo of his own making. He longed for the carefree days when music was his only passion, untainted by the darker sides of the industry. As he navigated through the aftermath, Ed found solace in his songwriting. He poured his feelings into his music, transforming his pain into art. Each lyric became a cathartic release, a way to reclaim his narrative. Slowly, he began to understand that fame comes with its share of shadows, but it also brings opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Through these struggles, Ed Sheeran emerged stronger and more resilient. He learned to embrace the complexities of fame, understanding that every experience, good or bad, shapes the artist he is today. The sleepless nights became a chapter in his journey, a testament to the fact that even the brightest stars can face dark moments. In the end, Ed Sheeran didn't just survive the P Diddy party, he transformed it into a pivotal point in his life. While he may have lost his sleep for 3 days, he gained a deeper understanding of himself and the world around him. And as he continues to create music that resonates with millions, he knows that every note carries the weight of his experiences, making his art all the more profound and authentic.